Welcome to this video from LSE Life on writing by hand and your exams. Has it been ages since you wrote something by hand? Are you worried about how legible your handwriting is? Are you worried about writing by hand in another language? Are you worried about handwriting your exams in time conditions? Then this video will give you 7 practical steps on how to address these issues and more when you handwrite your exams. Let's start with step 1. Are you worried your handwriting is illegible? Firstly, it is important to get a second opinion. Take an example to your academic mentor or to a one-to-one in LSE Life because it might not be as bad as you think. And even if it isn't great, a few simple changes can make a big difference. For example, it might dramatically change if you swap to a different type of pen, especially if you have always written with a certain type of pen. Swapping to another type can make a dramatic difference. It might also dramatically change if you change your grip. We'll discuss this in a later slide, but slightly modifying your grip can also change the way you write. It might also dramatically change if you swap from cursive to print. We are often following a handwriting model we were taught at school, and while that was appropriate then, now you may find that your writing is a lot more easy to read if you stop writing in cursive and print instead. Secondly, it is important to assess what your problem area is. Again, this may be easier to do with a second opinion, but it is important to understand just what it is about your writing that you feel is unclear. Is it that the letters are too far apart, or do they end up getting squished all together? Is your alignment crooked? Are you going too far left or too far right? Or is this changing as you write? Is there too steep an angle in your letters? Are the letter shapes you make, for example the circles and the lines, not clearly defined? Or are the letters too faint or pressed too hard into the paper? Again, a simple change in pen could make a big difference here. Then you can decide what to focus on to make it clearer. This will form the basis of the first things to focus on when you begin practicing. The following advice will help all writers, no matter how legible their writing is. So let's look now at step 2. Prepare to practice and practice to prepare. Your handwriting will not improve unless you start doing more writing by hand, and you will need to do this daily. If you're out of practice writing things by hand, start with a little each day. 5 minutes non-stop for a few days, then 10 minutes, then 20 minutes, and so on. The aim is to build up until you can write comfortably for the length of your longest exam. Do you know how long that will be? If you don't, then this is an important thing to check. And then it is also important to practice with past papers. You will do past papers to practice both writing good answers and writing by hand. Do some of them under timed conditions. It's excellent writing and thinking practice. The closer you get to exams, the more practice papers you should be doing. Check them afterwards for strengths and weaknesses and legibility. Practice and preparation, of course, can have a substantial impact on your exam performance, so this will help you feel better prepared for the exams and better prepared to write the exam by hand. Step 3. Your pen grip. Ever been told you hold your pen wrong by a teacher or someone else? Well, you'll be pleased to hear that they are wrong. There is no right way to hold a pen, just multiple different ways, some of which may be more comfortable, but this does not mean that they are necessarily right. You do not need to change your grip if you don't want to or find that you can't. But again, you may find that you need to change your pen. In 2012, the American Journal of Occupational Therapy did a comprehensive study of the handwriting of school-aged children. They found that there were 4 primary ways children tend to hold their pens, with multiple secondary subtle variations from one child to the next. But most importantly, they concluded that there is no one better way to grip your pen in terms of speed or legibility. Now, the dynamic tripod hold may result in less hand fatigue. So if you do find you suffer significantly from this, you may want to try modifying your personal grip. But know that there is no singular right way, just the way that works best for you. What may be more significant is step 4, your choice of pen. If it's been a while since you thought about which pen you are using, now is a good time to think a little bit more about this, as some pens are undoubtedly better than others. And just grabbing that free pen you were once handed at an event will not cut it when you are writing over an extended period of time. So it's time to be a bit of a pen nerd. Go pen shopping. And if you can, go physically to a store and try the pens out. If you can't, read some reviews on stationers' websites. You're looking for something that's lightweight. Try this with and without the lid. You're looking for something that's got a nice feel, soft grip, no hard edges or plastic. You're looking for something that's got some good non-smudge ink. Felt tips or gel pens may be better. Exams and writing at speed are not great with fountain pens or ballpoint or biro type pens. Stick to black ink for your exams. This makes your script much more easy to read. And once you find a good pen, buy a few to keep you going across exams and practice sessions you'll be doing. For left-handed writers, you may have particularly struggled with this in the past or have bad memories from school of teachers criticising your writing. Remember, it is not you that is the problem. It is the fact that most things in the world are set up for the right-handed. Some things you can try to make this process easier for you. Try practicing with a more relaxed grip than normal. Try to hold your pen around 3 centimeters above the point. Angle your paper down. Align it over to the left side and use the right hand to hold the paper down. Consider trying pens specifically for left-handers. Again, look for nice, soft, squashy grip and no hard plastic edges and something lightweight. And look for quick drying ink that doesn't smudge. This is particularly significant for left-handers, as your hand will go over the writing on the page. Again, felt tip or gel ink may be better, not ballpoint or fountain pens. Step 5, hand exercises. If you want to improve the speed and legibility of your handwriting, then you will need to look after your hands. Here are some simple exercises you can try. The stress ball. How many of us have an old stress ball in a drawer or cupboard? Now is the time to get it out. Try to do 10 quick squeezes and 10 longer squeezes. Repeat this 3 times a day and do this every day, and try to do this with both hands. The pen flip. For this exercise, hold a pen in your writing hand as if you are about to write with it. Gradually move your fingers up the pen without dropping it. Then flip the pen over and gradually move your fingers from bottom to top. Repeat 5 times. The rubber band. Find a fairly tight but not too tight rubber band. A hairband might also do the trick. Place the band around your fingers and thumb. Stretch your fingers and thumb out. Bring them back together. Repeat 5 times and then swap hands. The pennies. Picking up pennies or other small objects is another great hand exercise. Drop a pile onto a table and slowly pick each one up individually. Place these into a neat stacked pile as you go. Do this at least once a day. If you don't have any pennies, you could also do this with anything else relatively small. Paper clips, for example. Of course, it might be harder to stack things like paper clips. And this is just a few examples. If you do a quick search, you'll find many more examples of practical hand exercises you can do. So do have a look and try some more out to see what really works for you. Step 6 in the exam. While you're sat down and you're waiting for the exam to begin, make sure you have brought multiples of your favourite pen and check your pens are all still working. Take the lid off your first pen and put it to one side. Do not put it on the end of the pen. Taking the pen lid off completely will dramatically reduce the weight of your pen and make writing for a longer time much easier. And warm your hands up. Shake your hands out, make a fist and expand your hands several times, fast and slow. Try to do several pen flips or any other exercise you've found that works for you. During the exam, don't forget to leave the lid off the pen completely. You'll be surprised how much of a habit it is to put the lid on the end of our pen, but breaking yourself of this habit will make a big difference. Try to be conscious of your pen grip. Relax your hand. Occasionally, try to put your pen down for a moment, for example when reading your writing back through. You may want to do a quick hand stretch periodically as well. If you are really worried about legibility, leave an extra line space between each handwritten line. And don't be afraid to ask for more paper. You can use as much as you need. Our last step looks at writing a good exam essay. And it's really important to address a common misconception. Good exam essays are not about how much you can write, but the quality of your answer. So when writing in exams, here are some common mistakes to avoid, especially for essay type exam questions. Not directly answering the question, not engaging with the content of the module and module readings, describing but not critically evaluating or making an argument, writing too much and including irrelevant material, and running out of time. What makes a good exam essay? Well, a good exam essay is not about length. Instead, it directly answers the question, the whole question, and nothing but that question. It is well structured and precise. It makes a clear argument that shows a depth of understanding. It draws on what has been learned in the course and cites relevant literature. And it demonstrates strong critical analysis. Note that none of these points are about how long the answer is. So here are some tips on structure. Make a short plan before you begin to write. Make sure your argument is explicit and stays clear throughout the entire essay. Exam essays are often shorter and more direct than coursework essays, but do make sure to have an introduction and conclusion. Don't forget to signpost your argument to your reader. And refer to specific authors that are relevant to your argument with dates if you can, but only if you are certain that that information is relevant. So there you have it. Hopefully with those 7 steps, you will be able to feel more prepared with handwriting your exams. But don't forget, if you are really worried, LSE Life is always here to help you. Visit our website for information on all the workshops and resources we have available and how to book a one-to-one with a study advisor. Thanks for listening and good luck with your exams.